You feel it, you know it. D-Raw Productions.
Houston Sports Connoisseurs brought to you by
D-Raw.
What's up, people? It's your boy D-Raw coming to you with another Houston Sports Connoisseurs podcast. Today, we're going to talk about some Rockies, but first, let me introduce my favorite co-host, Charles.
What up, people? I was getting a little apprehensive right there for a minute. It looked like he was finna dive in by himself, man. I'm out here too, baby. Look at me.
Hey, actually, look, today is actually Charles' show. He running the whole thing, and I'm just, I'm co-hosting.
Well, we know that ain't nothing new, but you know what? Since I'm the one that's running it, I'm going to run it like it ain't never been ran before. It's going to look like something y'all been wanting to see for the last 3-4 seasons with CJ. You know what I'm saying? We actually gonna win.
Okay. So what's the first point we gonna get on?
And I figure, like, you know, the last episode we touched on the Houston Texans, and I kind of mentioned that this could be the city that bring the trifecta, the first city to ever do in football, basketball, and baseball. So since we did the Texans last week, how about we cover the Rockets this week?
Rockets all the way. I like that. First, let's go ahead and talk about that roster that we got.
Well, you know, everything been kind of shaping up, and it's got the world kind of shook. But this is the first time in a long time, not even, if I think back to the 94-95 season when we actually won the championship, have I heard so many people actually giving props to the local team, bro, from the H-Time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, we done made some great additions. We had some talent that was already kind of behind the scenes, getting developed. Mm-hmm. So, you add all that together, and I don't know. You tell me, who's your favorite player right now on the Rockets?
Amin Thompson.
Amin Thompson, great choice.
But, you know, before we even get into who we got, let's talk about who we lost. We lost Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks.
There you go. If they gone, they gone.
Nah, look, because, see, your boy Jalen Green had something to say yesterday.
Yeah, I kind of peeped the little letter he typed to the city. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, the dude wear black fingernail polish. Who gonna listen?
You know what I'm saying? We got to address the problem. You know what I'm saying? He talking about next time I'm in Houston, I'm going to drop 30 on y'all. Y'all enjoy the good times or remember the good times or something like that. How you feel about that? You really think he going to be able to do something like that in Houston?
I felt like he could do something like that in Houston when he was
in Houston.
But since he's not anymore, what he did in the playoffs, man, it's just kind of hard for me to even take this dude seriously at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he did drop 30, I think it was 33.
38, something like that, yeah.
One game, but the rest of the games was single digits. Like, I'm not here to talk about what's gone. I want to break down the team that's here, what they bring to the table, individually and collectively, because I'm excited about this upcoming season.
Okay. So, Amin Thompson, my favorite player on the team. Who is yours?
My favorite player right now, to be honest with you, even though he has never played not one second in the league for us, KD.
Okay. KD being your favorite player. So let's talk about that. The Kevin Durant effect. What does...
Well, hold on. You say I'm running the show. I done made time for that down the line. Let's stick to the script. And people, trust me, we do have a script. This is well-organized, well-oiled machine you listening to right now. So, you know what I'm saying? Let me start the motor and let it warm up first. First of all, who are the Rockets starting five going to be on this new look team?
Well, you already know you're going to start with Fred VanVleet. Then Amin Thompson at the 2. 3, get a little shaky. It's either going to be Jabari or Finney Smith.
Okay.
And then you got KD and Sengun.
All right. Now, the beauty about this roster, is the fact that Ime Udoka got so many parts that are interchangeable that we can change up the starting five based off of whatever opponent we facing. And that's what's got me so excited about these new look Rockets, man. Let me tell you, the guy that we just went and got, defensive dog, What's his name?
Okogie.
Okogie. Have you checked out his highlights?
Haven't checked out his highlights. I have seen him play. I mean, he been in the league, what, 7, 8 years?
8 years.
Nice wing defender. I feel like he bringing that good championship pedigree. Wasn't he with the Suns before?
He was with the Suns.
You know what I'm saying? So
But he most recently was with the Hornets.
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about the Hornets,
But now we talking about him as an individual.
He bring the championship DNA, especially defensively, for the Rockets. And then, you know, you want to talk about Finney Smith. That's another player that's a wing that bring that 3 and D.
Right. And since you just touched on something a little bit earlier, let me mind you of the fact. People, don't fall for the smoke and mirrors. Jalen Green is not a two-way player. But we, in the trade, since he left, acquired 2 solid players who are two-way players. So, yes, I think the trade was good. First of all, a lot of people don't want to talk about that and say whether the trade was good or bad for the Rockets. I definitely think it was good. But now next, when Van Fleet go to the bench, who gonna come out of there and just keep running the pace and dictate things?
In my opinion, that would be Reed Shepherd. You know, you got a young, second-year player. He coming up. He was third pick overall in the first round. And he gives us the ability to have somebody that can catch and shoot or dish the ball out. I mean, I watched him in Summer League. He looked pretty damn good to me. And you can see a lot of the improvement, even on the defensive end of the ball. So, Reed Shepherd would be that guy that'll step in my opinion. What about you?
Well, I'm gonna put it to you like this. I really would like to see Reed Shepherd play one style of ball with this roster, and that's just catch and shoot, moving without the ball, picking his spots, and knocking them down. The person who I would really like to see come off and sub Van Fleet is Holiday.
Holiday?
Yeah. I think he's more of a floor general right now at this stage in his career. He played some with the Rockets last year, so he's familiar with the system, and he's going to know how to distribute the ball, how to read defenses, how to break them down, how to settle things down. Like if we playing too far out of control, I think he brings that you know what I'm saying, that aspect to the game that Reed just ain't ready to embrace that role just yet.
Well, I feel like this. If Holiday come in and do all that, and Shepherd doesn't, or he can't do it, I feel like the Reed Shepherd experiment has failed.
After 2 seasons?
After 2 seasons, because we drafted him because of his shooting and playmaking ability. They brought him in for that specific reason, and
right.
He didn't play much last year. And then when he did, he didn't really look that great, but sometimes he did. You see where he can be. You know what I'm saying? And I seen where he can be in the summer league, so I want to see more of that. Him running the 1 with the starting 5 or the other starting 4. You know what I'm saying? And generalize and see just how he moved the ball around.
I'm a little sour. Bro. I'm a little sour on the summer league right now because, to be honest with you, they shut Reed Shepherd down after 2 games played only
because he was dominating.
But that's summer league. He needs that experience to get into a rhythm and into a flow. Especially if they want him to have that type of predominant role this upcoming season, let's get him all the looks he can get right now. You know what I'm saying? But maybe they was trying to be cautious of injury, and I get that too. But I just wanted to see a little bit more out of him in the summer league this year. But if he is what they brought him in here to be, they didn't bring him in here to be a floor general. They brought him in here because of his shooting. Every commentary you heard about Reed Shepherd prior to the draft was how good of a shooter he was.
They was comparing him to the Currys, to what's the old boy in Atlanta?
I don't know. You're not talking about the star player, are you?
Yeah.
Oh.
The point guard.
Yeah, Lil Moon Cookie. I can't really call his name right now.
It don't really matter, but they compared him to all of the great shooters in the league right now. And so him coming off of what? 4 points a game, something like that. You know, in year 1 and year 2, I'm expecting. What would you expect Reed Shepherd to do in year 2? How many points per game?
I'm gonna be honest with you. If with the roster that we have right now currently, if he can come in and give you anywhere from 12 to 15 points a night, that's solid.
I agree. And with that, I could see us going deep.
Yeah.
Especially him coming off the bench and doing
I just don't know how much of a defensive liability he'll be. But at the same time, 12 to 15 points and, you know, in and out subbing, yeah, that'll be a good look.
Oh, yeah.
For this year.
Most definitely.
I'm not putting the superstar cape on Reed Shepherd right now. I just don't see it. You know, if anybody I would compare him to or would like to see his style kind of mimic, it would be Klay Thompson. You know, a role player who knows his role, and, you know, when the ball is passed to you, it's kicked out to you and you open, knock it down.
I think he might be like a poor Klay, or like a JJ Redick or something like that.
Man, you keep knocking this man down the Kool-Aid, man. This dude is the real deal. Like, Coke is it. Come on now.
He ain't the real deal Holyfield, but we gonna see, bro.
All right. We're going to move on from Reed Shepherd, man, because I really do think that for what he needs to do, it's not much, and the lower the expectations, then when he do something, it's just going to seem all the more better. It's going to be like the cherry on the top.
Hey, well, look, one little minor question. So, you know, KD, he had underwent this little thumb surgery or whatever. Supposed to be pretty minor, but do you think it's going to affect him next season any kind of way?
We are talking about Kevin the goddamn Durant. Are you serious? We talking about a thumb? I feel like AI right now. Practice? You talking about practice?
Hey, man, you know, I just
Come
got to
on,
go ahead
man.
and throw that out there, let the public know, you know, what's going on and see how we feel about it.
Man, how many seasons has KD been in the league?
Too long.
And how many times have you seen him come out there with an elbow wrapped up, a knee wrapped up, an ankle wrapped up? The man plays through injuries, bro. A thumb? You talking to me about a thumb?
I mean, you know, the thumb might be major because, you know,
That ain't even on his shooting hand?
It might affect his shooting, you know. It might, whether it's on the shooting hand or not, you know what I'm saying? It still got something to do with it. He got to dribble. He got to get to the basket. Really on the cool, let's go ahead and just dive right into KD. Me personally, I don't really need KD to be aggressive to the basket like he has been. You know what I'm saying? I need him to just sit back in the corner and knock down them shots. We really bought KD here to be what? A scorer. We need something consistent. But we also want him to have that longevity for the Rockets for what, another 2 years maybe.
See, that's why we got to get us a camera, bro. Because if these people could see my face right now, they would be in total agreement with me. Have you lost all of your marbles? We brought KD here to be KD. Nothing else. Bro, and that's the total package. We want him to be the Kevin Durant that we all know and love. We not putting no limitations on KD.
We do. And you know what? All right.
We unleashing him.
Do you feel like KD is an alpha though? Do you feel like he can carry the Rockets all the way to the championship?
I'm gonna tell you like this here, in my Jay-Z voice. Allow me to reintroduce myself, Mr. KD. From now on to you, that's how you say his name, Mr. KD is going to be nothing but a dog in H-Town.
He's gonna be a dog. I just don't think when it comes down to it, he's gonna be the one that we need to cling on. I feel like Amen Thompson is gonna be that guy, but KD, he's gonna be the consistent shooter and scorer that we need when it's time to close out some of them games.
When you go to understanding rosters, okay, now people, I'm finna put on my teacher's hat right quick because you know some things just you just can't let it go unsaid. KD was brought here for what? His veteran leadership. The Rockets team, as it was constructed last year, everybody said this, not just me. They said we were a great, young, and up-and-coming team. You needed veteran presence on this team to show these dudes, guide these dudes, mold these dudes. And that's why you go and get a KD, that he can run the show. You don't get KD and say, look, KD, you take a back seat to Amen Thompson. No, sir.
I didn't say he was taking the back seat. I'm just saying, bro. But you know what? Look, I feel like we taking a gamble, you know, with this whole KD thing. We went from a young team, second seed in the West, you know, some of the best. You got Jalen Green now, he gone. Dylan Brooks gone. We brought in KD, Clint Capella, Dorian Finney-Smith, Okogie. Am I missing anybody else? I don't know.
Well, no, most of the other roster has been still
The
intact.
roster, yeah. So, with all these changes, do it feel like a T-Mac, Francis kind of deal? You know what I'm saying? You had a team that was up and coming, then you swap them out for T-Mac, and then you try to go chase it again?
Not at all. This team, this new look Rockets team, has got a whole different philosophy on how they are going to attack the league. When you talk about T-Mac and Steve Francis, most of our offense was ran through point guard, shooting guard position. This team right here is going to beat you from all the way around. With Kevin Durant being that person that when things look like they finna stall out, you got a go-to guy that can keep things moving. He's going to keep it transitioning in a smooth factor. And I'm going to tell you right now, don't be surprised, because we got a couple of other centers on the roster this year besides Clint Capella and Sagoon that's going to help us to not have a great fall off like we have in the past when Sagoon go out for a rest. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing happened to Clint Capella when he was here by himself. When he would go out the game, that position fell off tremendously. But we're going to stay consistent at that position and on the wings. So we can line up with anybody with this. Like I said, we got too many interchangeable parts.
You're right, and not to mention we still got Tari, and like you said, center position we got Steven Adams. So like we got the depth. We can really just go out there and run any kind of five, any kind of way, and really just play some damn good Rockets basketball. And to move into that, let's talk about Ime Udoka.
Now that's what I've been wanting to get into. Because, see, the purpose of us talking about the roster was, okay, now that you got this here, how do you mold it? How do you shape it? How do you coach it? What do you think Ime Udoka is going to, try to target with this roster specifically? Not any of the rosters from the past, but this one.
3-and-D, bro. Like, look at the players that he brought in. You already know his background, his archetype. He's a defensive kind of coach. And to bring in more 3-and-D guys, more guys that can stretch the floor, that can shoot the three more consistent, you already know what the Rockets are going to do. And plus, you got Sengun on the inside who's going to do his little thing. He's going to put his back to the basket. He's going to go get us an easy basket on the inside. You got Thompson that can, slash and get to the basket as well. So like we were just saying, like, it's so many ways to attack as a Rocket,
And you're absolutely right. But what I want to kind of do right now is kind of dwell off into Ime Udoka personally. A lot of people around the league are saying that he's a great NBA coach. Mm-hmm. So let's think back on his time to Boston, all the way up into the Rockets. What makes Ime so great?
I think he just picked up a lot of knowledge from Popovich, playing for Popovich, and then I believe he was a Popovich understudy,
Right.
assistant, and then getting his own role and grooming them young men in Boston at the time to make them into his image and putting some of that pop in it as well, And I mean, yeah, he had his ups and downs, outside, off the court or whatever and whatnot. But each time he's found a way to be this blossoming flower, to keep things going, to keep things good, and he stay focused on basketball more than all things.
Absolutely. So you know what? One thing resonated to me. I knew we was going to talk about him, so it made me go look at his numbers because I wanted to know what makes him so great. And I look back over his 7 years in the league, and he had 3 years outside of the league. Mm-hmm. Do you know that in his 7 years, this dude ain't even really average, but like 5 points a game as a player?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? His shooting was less than 40% from the field. He played in 316 games only. You know what I'm saying? So you would think, when you look at those numbers from a surface level, like, how can this dude coach somebody? He wasn't really all that good. But let me tell you what my analysis of that is. See, I look at those numbers and I see something else. I see a guy that was possibly on the bench watching the superstars of the team and the other leagues running up and down the court, saying in his mind, man, if he do this, he can do that. He had a chance to watch the game firsthand, learn the game firsthand by being on the bench, which gave him a knowledge, which makes him very valuable as a coach, not necessarily a player, because what he saw in his mind, he couldn't physically get his body to do when he got out on the court. But that's what makes him a good dude. And then because he's been in all those different locker rooms, he know what the chemistry is like. He know what it feels like to be that guy on the team that's isolated, when all the superstars is joking and got all the camaraderie, but you feel left out on the team. So they give him the knowledge on how to bring guys together from the front of the bench to the end of the bench. Ime Udoka is a working knowledge that should be admired by all. And so if he takes that knowledge and applies it to what he sees out of these talented guys that we have right now, sky's the limit.
Yeah, I mean, you basically see everything that's going on. You know, you look at, like we were saying, you look at the Celtics team. He took a bunch of young guys and he groomed them. He took them to the finals. Now, they didn't win while he was there, but he got them there from nothing. You know, the Celtics was in bad shape, and everything that he learned as a player while he was sitting on the bench, he got to see Pop, you know, coach, and all the other assistants that came under him that now are coaches and things like that. So all that time he's sitting on the bench, like you said, you know, he got the time to just gain knowledge, see how coaching is supposed to be done. And then not only that, you got a legend doing it right in front of you. So who better can you put right there at that time, you know? So I feel like he was just a sponge, just soaking up knowledge, and now he can just basically say, hey, Sengun, this is what you really need to get better at, you know? He could see 3 or 4 things that this guy needs to improve on. And now they got all the other things that go on in basketball. I'm pretty sure at the time he was playing, they didn't have analytics. But he got the player's point of view. He got the strength and conditioning that these guys need. He got all the knowledge, basically. He's a sponge. He's ready to go.
Yeah. Well, looking at his numbers from when he played in the league, he probably did need somebody with analytics to say, hey, look here, dude, you suck. You know what I'm saying? But that brings me to another point I kind of want to gravitate to when it comes to Ime Udoka. Because you know, ultimately, at the end of the day, the decision to get rid of Jalen Green kind of fell heavily on Ime Udoka. And if them getting rid of Jalen Green doesn't work, it's going to fall square on his shoulders. It was something that he must have seen in Jalen Green. Like, maybe he wasn't as dedicated to his craft as he should have been. Or being in the league for as long as he has been, and for the Rockets to be like, okay, he's the face of our franchise. You come out here and put up single digits in the playoffs at this stage in your career. I'm the one coaching you. How do we know when Jalen Green was out on the floor if Ime Udoka wasn't telling him to do one thing and Jalen Green was going out there doing something totally different? Or if he was even coachable. You know what I'm saying? Coaches can read off into that. And so if that was the case, maybe that's why Jalen Green is no longer here.
Yeah, that's possible. I mean, I don't know if Jalen Green was coachable. I mean, from a public point of view, he seemed like he's, you know, a friendly guy. He seemed coachable. But we really don't know.
It must have been the fingernails that made you say that.
Oh, man, why you got to slug him like that, bro?
I'm just saying you say friendly, man.
I'm just saying, like, he don't seem like Cam. Cam Whitmore seemed like he wasn't very coachable, but he had all the talent in the world. And that's from a public point of view, from what we see on the bench.
I'm going to tell you like this here right now. I was trying to avoid this topic right here because that's a real sensitive subject, a sore subject for me right now. I really didn't want to see Cam leave.
Oh, I didn't either.
And I thought with what his skill set, with the current roster we have in place right now, I thought he was a perfect fit for what we're trying to do.
Oh yeah, especially now that Jalen Green was gone. Now you got somebody else that can come in, take those shots, a volume shooter. I feel like Cam Whitmore was the perfect player to put in that position.
Which kind of segues into what I was alluding to a little bit before. He done got rid of Jalen Green. He done got rid of Cam Whitmore. Two very talented players, very young, under you know the ideal contract to build around.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the fact that players are not buying into him, or is it just the players? They just
I think it's
not good fits.
I think it's a little bit of both. And now analyzing like the kind of players that they are, I feel like MA needs a certain kind of guy to come under him that's a little open to things. You know, maybe them two guys, they're a little more closed off. They like to play the way they want to play. Like, we've been watching Jalen Green, 3-4 seasons,
Absolutely.
and he's been taking bad shots. You
Right.
know, and that's his struggle. But if he could ever figure out where he needs to take his shots, take good shots, and be consistent, hell of a player. You know, and I feel like with the other guys that we bring in, maybe that's why he brought in some veterans. You know, they're a little bit more open. They know the game a little bit better. Maybe that's why they got rid of Jalen Green, because he wasn't open to really listening to MA. Or maybe it's the way he, you know, relayed a message to Jalen. I don't know. It could be a gang of things. But Jalen Green, I guess he just wasn't a guy for MA. And he don't seem like he's a guy that will fall under a Popovich tree when you look at the way he plays. He looked like he'll be somewhere where he's more of a freelancer, and maybe in Phoenix, you know, that might happen for him.
Well, definitely. But the thing that I look at when it comes to Ime, when we pose the two different scenarios of which way it could have been, was he just not the right coach, or were these players just not coachable? I look back to his tenure in Boston. That roster in Boston had players from all different calibers, and he brought them together. And a lot of people, you know, Boston went on to win the championship after he left, but he's kind of like Tony Dungy in the NFL.
Yeah, he built that.
He built that team. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So if he built that roster and he had those boys playing like that, imagine if he could get it reconstructed here in Houston.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And I think he knows what type of players it takes to get back to that level. And so, out with Jalen Green, out with Cam Whitmore, and in with some defensive, you know, stalwarts that's going to go in there and lock down on the defense and open up the flow for Kevin Durant and the rest of the offense to just, you know, just shoot lights out.
So, now that we analyze the team, what we have, let's place the Rockets in the Western Conference and see where we will finish, or where we predict they will finish.
That's a great question. So let's do it like we did, you know what I'm saying, last week. Who your top three coming out the West this year?
Top three coming out the West. One is the Rockets. The Thunder, you just can't do nothing about that. And then, let me ponder, bro, because that's where it get interesting at.
Yeah, it's a lot of low-lying fruit right there.
That third team.
Spot. Yeah. Who coming up off the tree, man?
Maybe the Nuggets, bro. And I just, you know, they got the DNA. They got Jokic. It's hard to really stop Jokic, and then just the rhythm that they play, you know.
Well, what about the Clippers? What if they help?
Nah, bro. You know what? Man, Clippers got everybody from everybody from the 2010s, bro, play for the Clippers that was in their prime, that was live. You got James Harden, Kawhi, you got Chris Paul. Shit.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, the whole city of LA, bro, they got all the old players. They got LeBron. Hell, only person that's really young out there is Luka.
I think it was Sam Perkins who recently said it's the old folks home.
Basically, I mean, but the Clippers, they gonna make the playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
But let me ask you this here then: if they in the wheelchair league, I'm talking about they going to win the Governor's Cup, Greg Abbott, the wheelchair league. How do you feel about Memphis?
Memphis is a young up and coming team still. They got some more players that they added to their roster through the draft. They probably still gonna be in the same spot they play in though.
Okay, so
unless I'm gonna say this, unless somebody like really just pop out besides Ja Morant, and then they already traded Desmond Bain.
a lot of people are saying the sleepers, and they got them ranked really, really high, is the Lakers.
The Lakers, no, they gonna stay asleep. The Lakers is done, bro. And the LeBron talking about he might get traded. They really should have traded LeBron last year. But I'm not mad at them trading, AD, because AD, you never know what you're gonna get. He's street clothes, Davis. Like one game he go off, then he get bumped and bruised, and he's I'm out.
Yeah, he's fragile.
Like,
He's fragile, man.
but I mean, I like what they did with the Luka LeBron thing, but LeBron really, it's not gonna happen. All right, let's say this. This is LeBron last shot, bro. If he can't get it this year, he's done.
Okay, so hold that thought right there. I'm gonna jump to another team, but I'm gonna come back to that point. Don't let me forget. A lot of people kind of have some faith in the Dallas Mavericks this year.
Now, the Dallas Mavericks, I like what they got. With Kyrie, he probably coming back sometime mid-season. AD being AD, if he could stay healthy and consistent.
He can stay healthy.
Clay, and then I can't remember. Then they had another addition or something, but overall, just that team haven't played together yet. So if they gain that chemistry, them three, they got a big three.
They got a big three.
You know what I'm saying? So Dallas, hey, look out. You got some. I know they got some depth, bro. I don't know their whole team, so I ain't gonna sit here and act like, hey, I'm a Houston connoisseur, not a Dallas connoisseur.
There you go.
But
there you go.
Dallas got a squad if they can get on the floor and stay healthy.
All right. I'll roll with that. I mean, I'm going to definitely keep my eye on them. But let's jump back to what we was talking about right before that. You say this is it for LeBron. Let me ask you this. If LeBron wins a championship, does that put him ahead of Michael Jordan for the GOAT conversation?
At this point, hell yeah.
So if he wins one more championship, he's ahead of Michael Jordan as far as the GOAT.
I would say yeah, because of the age. Especially if LeBron somehow made it to the postseason, he make it deep to the conference finals, and he carrying the team. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't just talking about Luka gonna be Luka. But if LeBron playing like prime time LeBron at how old LeBron is now? 40 what?
No. He's like
39,
37, 38.
All right, whatever. 37, 38, almost 40.
Yeah.
Jordan wasn't winning championships at that age.
No, he was not.
So for him to do that and he carrying the team, that's GOAT status, bro.
But I'm just saying,
as far as the amount of rings, no, he not gonna surpass Jordan on that. But I mean,
we gonna say that comparison to Jordan for a whole nother day between him and LeBron, because that could be a whole show by itself. But the reason why I asked you that question is so we could segue into today's hot topic.
Hot topic. Go ahead.
So, I did a little pondering on what the hot topic would be for today's show, and what I came up with was this: what NBA player do you think, past or present, came close
to Jordan status?
And it's talking about from just the aspect of impact and talent only. We ain't talking about championships. I'm talking about this person had the kind of impact on the game that took the NBA brand global, like Jordan did, and his talent and his skills was right up there with Jordan. Is there any player that you would say, and this is LeBron James excluded, that's the one player you can't pick?
See, Charles, now I feel like you fucked over me with the question, bro.
How?
Because, you should have, what I'm saying, drop some more detail in that question, bro, because now, you talk about global status and all of that.
I said impact and talent.
Yeah, impact and talent, but see, at first I was going to say Kobe.
And what's wrong with that?
It's nothing really wrong with the question, but when I'm thinking about global, and I'm thinking about
No, I'm saying, what's wrong with your answer of Kobe? Kobe.
talent wise, I would say Kobe, and I'm gonna say because Kobe is probably the split image of Jordan. It's probably the closest you're gonna find a player that play like Jordan, do everything, move like Jordan. Shit, had a talent like Jordan. Shit, only thing he probably was missing is a player, maybe one season, and he probably would have had 6 rings like Jordan. I mean, he got 5, Jordan got 6. You know what I'm saying? He fade like Jordan. Shit, he probably dunked like Jordan. I mean, I don't know. But a lot of the things that he accomplished.
Dunked like Jordan. Early on in his career, he even used to let his tongue hang out his mouth like Jordan.
I would say they both won one slam dunk contest. They pretty much accomplished a lot of the same stuff. So I would say it would have to be Kobe. But also then I started thinking about globally, bro. I'm thinking like, how many people from different countries support this player, like this player? Kobe is there. I mean, but then I started thinking about the shoe brand and stuff like that. It's a lot of people that wear Kobe's or wore Kobe's. I don't really see them no more since
they still dropping new Kobe's as we
passed
speak.
away and stuff. So, but honestly, there's no player out there that got the shoe deal like Jordan. You know what I'm saying? But Kobe up there. But then I thought about LeBron. It's a lot of people that wear LeBrons.
But LeBron is excluded from this conversation.
And KD. You know what I'm saying? The shoes, famous. A lot of kids like KD's. So I just started thinking about that kind of stuff global. But I don't know how global KD is.
But you can only pick one player.
I told you. It's got to be Kobe, bro.
So your answer is Kobe.
Yeah, it's got to be Kobe. Kobe Bean Bryant, bro.
All right. Thank you. You've been hogging the mic on this Kobe Bean Bryant, like you trying to talk yourself into it.
Nah,
but I just want to drop one player as food for thought for you. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about skill set, when you talk about impacting the game and global marketing, in my opinion, it's only one player that fits this bill. And I just hate the fact that his career got cut short because of the fact that everybody in the league already was saying it. And I'm talking about when you get this kind of respect from your peers, that's what lets you know you got yourself something, as we say down south. This guy here definitely had himself something. And just a tidbit of a fact, 2 things. A lot of people may think that Kobe Bryant actually, looked up to Jordan when he was coming up, but he didn't. It's well documented, and he even said it. He didn't look up to Jordan. He modeled his game after this player I'm about to mention. And not only that, this same player that I'm about to mention is the only player, when you want to talk about shoe deals, he's the only player whose shoes that Michael Jordan ever wore besides his own. Who is this player? All these facts I'm putting out there, and you still don't have a clue. Well, wait no more, people. Here it is. Drum roll, please. I'm talking about the man, when it came to marketing, his commercials were so funny, they started playing them in Super Bowls. You understand what I'm saying? He was so cold with it, they created a doll after him. You know what I'm saying? And his name was Little Penny. That's right. I just said it. The dude I'm talking about, Anthony Hardaway, also known as Penny Hardaway.
When you started talking about all that, I kind of figured that's who you had to be going to,
man,
bro.
Penny was, man, listen, if his knees wouldn't have gave out, bro. And another thing, too, he would be who Kobe is if him and Shaq would have never got into it and Shaq would have got traded. Because Shaq ended up going to where Kobe was, and that's when Kobe started winning rings. But if he'd have stayed with Penny, and Shaq even says this, Penny was way better than Kobe. Facts.
I heard him say that.
That's from the Diesel. Hey, this dude's game, raw and uncut. Go back and watch the highlights, people. Check him out. Penny Hardaway was no joke. He left dudes shook. You understand what I'm saying? Had the jump shot. They were saying he was Magic Johnson with a jump shot. That's what they were saying about him. Now, we know how Magic impacted the game from his era. And they put that on him during Jordan's era, and he was selling more shoes than Jordan was. He just got hurt.
I feel you. Oh, Penny. Okay.
That's my guy.
That's your guy.
You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to find me a pair. I had a pair when they first came out, people. So if y'all listening and y'all know where they at,
Look.
let me know. The blue, the blacks with the white on the side and the blue chip. Y'all know which one with the Air Max bubble in the back. You know what I'm talking about? You put them bad boys on with some shorts, some jeans, or anything, and they clean. You feel me? Let your boy know where to get a pair, because I need a size 13 ASAP.
Well, look, I was a little too young to be knowing a whole lot about Penny, right?
Blame
But
that
I
on-
did
blame
feel
that
that.
on
So
your
you had
people.
I was like, he had to be talking about Shaq and Penny, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you started talking about impacting the game, then you brought up the Kobe thing and all that. I was like, it sounded like Penny.
You know what? I'm gonna give you.
But then-
I'm gonna give you a sneak peek into one of our next hot topics. Everybody always want to compare Michael Jordan and LeBron. Why do they skip over Kobe? As if Kobe was not even worth mentioning when they're talking about the GOAT. And I'm gonna tell you two more people that they skip over, and I think they're doing them a real injustice when they want to bring up LeBron. I just told you one in Penny Hardaway, but I'm gonna tell you about another dog, and y'all can chime in and let us know how you feeling on this. If you didn't see Grant Hill, you better go watch it.
Bro, this boy Charles bringing out all the old players, man.
Say,
How
bro,
about
you
we
told me
talk
somebody
about something new?
Who young? You want to talk about John Moran, who can't stay out of jail? What do you want me to talk about?
Hey, man.
Who you want me to talk
got
about?
this young talent out here, too.
What's Donovan? Was in
Donovan
Utah?
Mitchell?
You want me to talk about Donovan Mitchell? Who
I
can't?
like that Coco Jones, you know what I'm saying? You just go over there and just slide and get Donovan Mitchell, huh?
You want me to go talk about Donovan Mitchell, who ain't really done nothing that's worth even talking? Do he got a shoe?
Yeah, he got some Mitchells.
Huh?
He got
Have y'all
some
seen the Ja Morant? Tell me I'm not the only dude that get alerts on my phone talking about the Ja Morant
What
shoes
about my
on
boy
sale.
D Rose, man? He
I'm just
impacted the
saying.
game.
I'm just saying. When have you seen Penny Hardaway
You know
shoes
what I'm
on
saying?
sale? When have you seen
What's
Jordan
up?
shoes on sale? They got Ja Morant's on sale right
What
now
about Brandon Roy, bro? Like,
at your
you know what I'm
local
saying?
Dick's
Like,
Sporting Goods right now.
all these guys that, you know what I'm saying?
D Rose?
D Rose, Brandon Roy.
D Rose is not young.
I'm talking about he was. You know?
But you speaking to my point now. It's a lot of players that they
You know what
just
I'm saying?
overlook and go straight to LeBron.
You know what I'm saying,
D
bro?
Rose was a beast. Brandon Roy was a beast. You want to talk about Harold Miner? I mean, who else you want to talk about?
Hell, T-Mac
It's
was a
been
beast.
T-Mac. It's been a lot of Vince Carter. It's been a lot of great
Well, look,
players.
you know what? We got a lot to talk about on that, but this was a good basketball episode, people.
People, this was the best basketball episode you ever heard in your life. And you know why? It's because I ran the ball. I've been throwing the ball to Shaq, and he been scoring. But you know what? It's all good.
I guess he supposed to be Penny, huh?
You feel me? Oh, there go my knee.
All right, people. Hey, appreciate y'all listening. It's been another HSC episode. Charles, close us out. It's your thing.
Hey, listen out, people. Share your thoughts, share your comments. Hey, if it's a topic that we missing and you want to hear it, let us know. We'll be more than glad to consider it. And if your topic gets chosen, guess what? You get to give D-Raw his next edge up.
Peace out.